Well, let's take a look at them. So when you see this, how many sections are these thermometers divided into, Avery?
10.
10, right? So if you take 450, Avery, and you break it into 10 parts, what's 450 divided by 10?
45.
Right, you guys, whenever you have a number that ends in 0, if you divide by 10, it just is a super simple division problem, right? Because 10 times 45 is 450. So 450 divided by 10 is 45. So this is 45, but counting by 45s is a little more work. But Davis, what's 45 plus 45?
90.
90. So one thing you could do, I mean, you could just keep adding 45s.
Or you can just skip one.
Yeah, or you could go back to that skip one strategy, because you could get more filled in kind of nice and quick. What's 90 and 90? 180. So, and then every 2, I'm going to add 92, right? So if I think about my 9 facts, 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 2 is 18, so this is 180. 9 times 3 is what?
40.
9 times 3? 27, so this would be 270. It's a little hard to see in yellow. What's 9 times 4? 36, so this one would be 360. So it didn't get me everything, but it got me a lot, right?
Yep.
And at least I can check before I fill in all the gaps. 9 times 5 is 45, so it makes sure that like these values are right. Then I could go in and add those 45s. So 45 and 90, what's 50 and 90? So go back 135. What's 50 plus 180?
230.
230, so go back 5. 225. What's 50 plus 70? 270 plus 50. 320, right? So instead of adding 50, we're adding 45, so what's it going to be, Catherine? 270 and 50 is 320. So what's 270 and 45? So if I add 270, I'm trying to like help you guys do some mental math, even though I'm writing it down just to show you. What I was trying to show you is if you add 50, that is sometimes easier than adding 45. You would get 320, right? That's 5 too many, so go back 5. This would be 3 what? You want to go down 5. Right, 215. If I add 50 to 360, that's 410, right? So, Jackie, instead of 410, what am I going to write here? 405. Does that work? That one's probably the harder of them, because this one, 150, Lexi, divided into 10 parts is 15, and counting by 15 is easier for most of you. Yeah, that's harder. So, what about this though, the one that I'm writing in green? Harder or easier? Easier, right? 5 times 15, 75. What's the next one? 90. 105. 120. 135. Okay? So this one is harder. True. 360 divided by 10 is 36. What's 36 and 36? Yeah. 72. So what if we just skipped again? Double 72 and you get
142.
Yeah, it kind of helps. Double one, add another 72.
206. 206.
216.
Oh, 626.
216. And then add another 72. What are you going to get? I hear an 8. What else?
288.
288. Thank you. And then now we can We still have to kind of work these 36s in, don't we?
Yeah.
It's not by that because.
Or you can do subtract.
Oh wait, never mind.
Exactly.
So you could subtract 36 from 60. So if you subtract 30 from 60, you get 330, right?
Yeah.
Go down to 320, 24. I could subtract 36 from 288, and I would get 252. So you can work your way around doing that all the way through, but you still kind of have to grind it out. If I want to add 36 to 72, 30 and 70 make 100, right? 6 and 2 make, so how about 108? If I want to add 36 to 144, 30 and 40 make 70, and the 4 and 6 make another 10, right? 180. So some way or another, you got to get the increments labeled. It's a good mental math exercise. So when you look at problem 1.2, there's all these questions. Like Ben, look, part B, look at page 13 with me. It says that Ben said, so we want to see if we agree with these guys. Ben said for every $60 the 6th graders plan to raise, the 7th graders plan to raise 90. So I'm just wondering, Alora, do you think that's true? For every $60 the 6th graders plan to raise right here, the 7th graders plan to raise 90. What do you think? That's true, isn't it? See how I did that with that line comparison? Yeah, so these line up really nice and neat. He looks at the principal's thermometer and sees that $60 is at the same place on the 6th grade thermometer as 90 is on the 7th grade thermometer. He's looking at that yellow line. Can you make another comparison like that? Sophie, can you come up with one? Like for every $60 the 6th grader plan to raise, how would you say this? What are the 7th, 8th graders going to do? The 7th graders are going to raise 90 for every 60 the 6th graders raise. What are the 8th graders going to do? Yeah, they're going to do 30. Okay, you could say for every dollar the 6th grader are going to raise, Maddie, what would the 8th graders, for every $1 the 6th graders raise, the 8th graders would do what, Maddie? So if I said for every dollar that the 6th grader raises, if this was the 6th graders, what would that be for the 8th graders? More or less? How much less? So we'd say they would make 50 cents. I think you might have said that earlier. I just wanted to make sure. Did you guys get that?
Yes.
And everybody saw that. Or somebody said 50 cents back there. So there's lots of, that's okay. If I reversed it, if I said for every dollar the 8th graders made, what would, Emma, what would the 6th graders raise? $2. Do you understand that what they're trying to get you to look at?
Yeah.
Okay. We're not going to do too much more of that today because we're going to pick up on this tomorrow when I pass back your tests.